so freaking cute. Giant crab rangoon. Favorite things I've ever made ever in my life. Snow leopard, but like wonky and like mixed with Sid the Sloth. He's not right. People are hanging their heads out of cars to compliment it. It makes me uncomfortable. They're literally twins. Hi, my name is Jamie. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. Today we're going to be going through every single thing that I made in 2025, and it's a lot of stuff. I crocheted, I messed around with pottery, polymer clay, I did felting, I designed a bunch of stuff. A lot of it's really good, really cute. A lot of it's really ugly and bad, and I'm going to show you all of it. Also, I will be linking patterns in the description for everything that I made that has a pattern. It's not all the stuff. But everything that I can find a pattern for, that I know I use a pattern for, I will link it in the description. I literally filmed this whole entire video last night, and I went to edit it this morning, and the lighting was terrible, the angle was terrible, I was ugly, so we're redoing it tonight, and it's gonna work this time. First, we're gonna start with crochet, because I feel like it's my #1 all the time doing hobby. That was great English. And then we might go into some other stuff and then come back to crochet because I don't feel like changing right now. I'm going to change at the end of the video. So all my wearables are going to be at the end, and some of that is my favorite stuff. So you should stick around. I have everything that I made for the whole entire year behind me on my bed. If you look closely, you may see under this green pillow a wiener dog butt. That's Piper. She's mostly going to be in the way, but at least she's cute. Number 1, I made this hat, this beanie. It's like a spiral here, starting at the top, like spiraling out. It looks like stripes, but it's a spiral. It's not like my favorite style of beanie to wear because I like them a little bit longer, but my mom loves this hat, so she wears it. But it kind of reminds me of like, you know, like the slouchy beanie trend from like 2015, 2016. Like the indie, like slouchy beanie vibe. I used to wear them a lot. It kind of reminds me of that, even though it's not super slouchy. We're gonna not judge my hat hair, okay? Please be nice to me. This is one of my first times trying the spiral stitch. I made it with this Loops and Threads yarn. I love the gradient, but I hate working with it. It like kept snagging on itself. It's impossible to frog. It gets knotted so bad. It's just like a nightmare. But I do think it's cute, and it's very soft. Okay, next. This is one of my favorite things that I made this year. This bucket hat I made for my mom. She came with me to the Midwest Yarn Festival in St. Louis in April. And she picked out this yarn, and I've been meaning to make her bucket hat all year. I finally made it in like November, I think. And it's amazing. It's incredible. I love it so much. It's basically just 5 granny squares stitched together, and then you add a little brim. Is that the word? I also made another one with similar yarn that I got at the same place. I didn't do the separating black stitches. It's just all this yarn. And I like it like that. I think it's cute. I'm planning on making another bucket hat in the same type of style with these. This is the only one that I have so far. So I didn't technically get it finished in 2025, but I did do the square in 2025. Next, we got this purse. It's so cute. I love it so much. And I get so many compliments when I wear it. I made it with some like t-shirt yarn, but the only problem is that it pills over time, which sucks because I bought a bunch of t-shirt yarn after I made this and I was like, I'm gonna make 1,000,000 of these and I'm gonna sell them, and now it's pilling. So I don't really know what to do with that, but I still love it, even though it's, I don't know if you can really see it on camera, but anyway, I took yarn and I weaved it through the chain, and it's so cute. Also, I forgot to mention, I have this little tag that says cozy. Next, we have this book sleeve. There is a pattern for this one, so I'll link it. But I did add these little handles so that it can double as like a little mini bag. It's so cute. This was my first attempt at the strawberry stitch. It took me way too long because there's like 1,000,000 little strawberries in here. So I did alter it and make one that took me less time. I don't know how this is showing up on camera, but it's a very cute, pretty baby pink and light green. This one only took me a couple hours. I made it while I was watching the new Taylor Swift Eras Tour concert movie thing. So I started it when I started it, and I finished it literally like as it was ending. And I took some breaks, so it really didn't take me very long to do it all. And I absolutely think that I can make more of these and sell them at markets or something. I love the ribbon. I think I might want to make it a little bigger because this is kind of like paperback size and not hardcover size, but the other one was hardcover size. I also made a book sleeve for my aunt for Christmas with normal acrylic yarn, and I used the dragonfly stitch thing. I don't have a picture of it. I should have taken a picture of it, but I tried to remake it with the fluffy yarn again. It's harder to see the dragonflies on this one. I don't know how I'm gonna make that work for this. I might not. I might just have to do acrylic yarn or do something different. I could just do it solid. Next, we're gonna move into all my crochet keychains. I made a lot. First of all, we have these wristlets. They are like an I-cord type thing. It is crochet, even though it kind of doesn't really look like crochet. These do have a pattern. I will link it in the description, but I think they're so cute and I'm gonna sell them at markets. I've been making so many. This one is not an I-cord. This one's like single crochet. I also have these in purple and like dark green, but I ran out of the dark green because I tried making a bag with it, but this yarn hurts my hands. It hurts my wrist to do it for very long. I gave up on the bag because I was running out of yarn. I need to buy more. I probably will finish it someday, and then I will make these in this color again. But for now, this is what we got. Next, we've got a bunch of frogs. I really did have a frog making phase for a while, sort of in the beginning of the year. Let me tell you a real quick story about my crochet journey. So I started learning crochet like 2 years ago, and I started with granny squares, and I ended up giving it up because I was bored. I ended up picking it back up at like the end of 2024 with Wearables. So literally Wearables got me back into crocheting, and I thought I was going to be the Amigurumi person. Like I thought that was going to be my thing. Now I have come to realize that I actually am best at Wearables, and I'm terrible at sewing body parts together. And that's really what gets me with the Amigurumi. But whenever we do things like this, they usually end up pretty cute. But when we get to stuffed animals with arms and legs and heads, that's where that's not my forte. And we'll get there. I feel like I see a lot of hate for Wearables all the time. I don't know if it's deserved or not, but I will say that they did get me back into crocheting after I gave it up. So you gotta give them credit where credit's due. This one is Ted the Thick Toad. I think that's what it's called, Ted. I will link it in the description. It is a pattern. I think it's pretty well known. He has a big butt, and that's the best part. But this is just him on his own. And then I decided to add him to a swing to hang him from the rearview mirror in my car, but it's huge. This one's way too big. So then I made this little keychain that I got from a pattern pack that I bought on Etsy. I'll link it in the description. And it's really cute, but it's really small. But this is perfect as a keychain, or how I like to use it, a bag charm. I just think crochet stuff works better as a bag charm than a keychain. I'm scared of putting it on my keys. Especially this type of yarn, I don't want it to like fall apart. And then this one is just the same thing in a different color, but I gave it the big butt. And now ever since that one pattern, I like giving all of my roundish amigurumi big butts. Here's another one, but he has like a little frowny face or like a serious face. And then I combined that pattern with the thick toed one and also changed some other things. I made the perfect frog, in my opinion. He has a big butt still hanging off the swing. This is always hanging in my car. So this one technically doesn't have a pattern because I just made a bunch of alterations and made my own frog. I could do a tutorial maybe someday if anybody's interested. Then I made this frog, which I made with thicker variegated yarn. He doesn't have a big butt because he's very thick already. His butt would not fit. This one I kind of hate a lot. It also has a pattern. I can link it in the description. It's supposed to be a frog with its tongue sticking out onto a keychain, but I don't think this looks like a frog, personally. So I'm considering doing some sort of alteration with this and this with the tongue sticking out onto a keychain. Next, we've got this butterfly keychain. I think it's so cute. I love it. I really want to make like a million of these and sell them at markets. I also made this one with leftover yarn from the bucket hat that I made, and I think it's so cool, but this one wing is a little bit floppy for some reason. I don't know, but I still think it's so cute. I also made these little bow keychains. I especially love it in this like navy blue sort of color. I love this blue so much. Yeah, I want to make a bunch of these and sell them at markets too. They're really easy to work up and they're so freaking cute. I like to have them on my bags as little bag charms. Next, I have these two little turtle keychains. This is the back. This is the front. I think they're so cute, but the blue one is better. The pink one, for some reason, looked a little bit weird, so I added another row to the shell. That made the shell really long, so I don't really know how I feel about it. I still think it looks like a turtle, but the blue one is so cute. This is my most complicated keychain. I probably will never do this again because, like I said, I hate sewing things together in the right place. This one surprisingly looks actually pretty good. It might be because the heart is here to cover it up, but this one does have a pattern and I'll link it. I think that some other people could do these really well and it would be cute, but I'm not the person to consistently be able to do this well. This strawberry, I hate it a lot. I don't think it looks like a strawberry at all. The pattern called for hot gluing the top on, and I just hate doing that in crochet patterns. I tried to sew it on and that didn't go well either. But the thing that I don't like about it is that it's not pointy enough to be a strawberry. It's giving like raspberry or something maybe. And it also was so hard to make. I'm not gonna make that ever again. This is one of my favorite keychains that I made. It's a goldfish cracker. It also got me on this like snack making thing. So I made a Cheez-It and I made a Cheeto, but I never did anything with them because the Cheeto only makes sense in the context of the goldfish and the Cheez-It and the snacks. So alone, it's just like a stick. So I don't think that I could actually like do anything with it, but I love the idea. Maybe I'll figure out something to do with the little snack pack. This little shrimp was supposed to be a keychain. He ended up a little bit wonky. This was also in the same pack as the little frog that I was talking about earlier. I didn't like the legs that were in the pattern, so I made my own and they look worse. So I understand why they did the legs they did now. But he is cute whenever I set him on my little selenite crystal that I have in front of the TV in the living room, and it just looks like he's just like sitting on a rock in the ocean. You can kind of tell he's a shrimp. Not my favorite, but he's still kind of cute. I like his face. We're gonna pretend like this one's not full of dust and hair, okay? Bear with me and pretend for a second. I made my dog. I made my wiener dog. This took me a very long time to do. She's so cute. I figured out a way to do her long hair ears with I just like weaved the yarn through it loosely. I did get a pattern for the wiener dog, but the ears I just like did myself and made up. But I can link the pattern in the description. I added little white accents to her eyes. I think that really like makes a whole difference. But I also made one for my dad as a gift and he loves it. Do you see her back there sleeping on a pillow? They're twins. They're literally twins. Okay, so I've been places since the last clip. I don't remember exactly what I was talking about, but my mic died. I was waiting for it to charge. It's so complicated to charge for some reason. Sometimes they just don't want to charge. So right now it's not wanting to charge, but I have it plugged into a power source and it's working. Hopefully I can figure this situation out someday because I spent a lot of money on them and the return window is gone. I'm gonna try to get through the rest of this pretty quickly. I think I was on this duck. So my sister-in-law wanted me to make a swinging rearview mirror animal for her, and I decided to go with a duck with a bucket hat. This was my first attempt. Clearly I did not count correctly. The hat is like crooked. It's like on sideways. Also, the eyes are so far apart and he's like just really wide. So I don't really know what to do with him. I made some adjustments so that it would work with the yarn that I was using. I made sure that it wasn't crooked. And then I made it and I gave it to her, so I don't have that one to show you. I might have a picture. If I do, I will insert it. Next, I have this turtle that is very wonky. I used two different types of yarn. This was very, very early in the year. So I was like very new at doing my own amigurumi. And I used two different types of yarn. Clearly this yarn is thicker. I followed the pattern correctly, but it's just way too big of a shell. So he looks a little funny. I don't really know what to do with him because it's just, he's not right. We have my good turtle, my favorite turtle. This is maybe the best stuffed animal that I've ever made, I think, probably. I use this variegated yarn. I used the same yarn for the whole thing. Maybe it would look even better if I used a different yarn for the body or something, but I don't know. I love it. I think I somehow placed everything correctly, sewed everything in the right spot. I don't know how I did it. The only problem is like the eyes are a little small. I made this turtle while I was listening to the audiobook for The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And so now whenever I look at it, I think of it. It just like brings me that memory. You know what I mean? It's like how earlier today I put on a perfume I haven't put on in a long time and it smelled like Throne of Glass. Because I was reading that series whenever I was wearing that perfume a lot. Anyway, next I made this fluffy teddy bear. I really wanted to make, this actually was recent, so I'm surprised at how bad it is. You may not be able to tell from far away. You may think it's cute, but I'll show you. I really wanted to make something with this like fluffy yarn so that you couldn't see the stitches because I just like love this look so much. But this took so many hours and it's still not right. So for example, you might be thinking this arm is way bigger than this arm. No, this arm is lower than this arm. They're the same length. They're just not equal. And then the legs are like, I think this one's longer than this one, but this one's fatter. And I don't even know how that happened because I swear I did them exactly the same. But I didn't place them right. This should be a lot closer to the front. Instead of like coming from out of the back, it's just not right. It's not right. And then the neck is like really thick on this side and then like normal on this side. He kind of reminds me of like, you remember that really old meme of that guy that got arrested and his neck is like really fat? I'll put up a side by side. The eyes I think are really cute. I gave him a little trim around his eyes and that really helped a lot, but I'm also very proud of the ears. This was not a pattern. This I just like made up off the top of my head. So that could be why it's bad. So yeah, I think I'm giving up amigurumi that is stuff you gotta sew together. It's not my forte. I am not good at body parts. This is the very first stuffed animal that I made. This was maybe my first project after Wearables. So it's not good at all. The eyes are a little bit creepy. The stitches aren't even. The trunk makes me uncomfortable. None of these are sewn together very good. They're like very thin. And the neck has no support. I also kind of hate the yarn that I used, but I got this at Joann's, so that's a little bit special to me because I miss Joann's. The ends are coming out, so clearly I knew what I was doing with that. But I do have a pattern for this if you want to try to make it correctly, because it is cute when you make it correctly. I can link that. My mom likes it, so it sits in her room on her desk. I don't know if she likes it because it's bad or because I made it, but yeah. Oh, I almost forgot. I got one more frog. He's a little bit big. I made it with the Bernat chunky blanket yarn. I forget what it's exactly called, but you know what I'm talking about. I don't think the color is really giving frog. It's like pretty green and like mossy looking. I don't know. Is it a frog? Do you like it? Can you tell it's a frog? I don't know what to do with him because like I don't want it, but I don't know if I can sell it. I don't know if anybody would like this. I don't know. Let me know. Do you want the frog? Do you like the frog? Should I sell the frog? Should I do a giveaway? What should I do with the frog? Because right now he sits on a low shelf that nobody can see. He's not being fully appreciated. Next I have my scrunchies. I have so many of them. My absolute favorite scrunchies are the fluffy ones. I do sell these and have them on my website. If you're a crocheter, then it's very simple. It's literally just a bunch of half double crochets with fluffy yarn around an elastic. They hold up your hair so well. I know that sounds stupid because it's a hair tie, of course it does, but like these are grippy, but they're still like easy on your hair. I love them. And then these are my other two scrunchies that I made. They're different. They're like treble crochet, a bunch of them around there, like frilly looking. It's velvet yarn. I probably won't make any more like this, but I just wanted to try something. So next I have these succulent coaster sets. They look like little succulent plants, but whenever you take them out, they're coasters. And I think they're so cute because I just love something that is not just cute, but it's functional. Like this is a cute piece of decor, but then you actually can like use it and it's functional. I just love that. That's my favorite type of crochet, rather than just something cute that just like sits on a shelf. I like the functional things. This is another one. This was the first one that I made. It's, I think, a little big. I think it needs a smaller basket, but I like these coasters too. Okay, so now we're getting to the big thing that you probably have been looking at the entire time in the background of this video. It's my giant crab rangoon pillow. So the story about this is that it was not supposed to be this big. This was supposed to be a gift for a friend who asked me to do this. He asked me to make him a crab rangoon pillow that he would buy from me like a year ago, and I never did that. And so then I decided that this year I'm gonna make it for him for Christmas, but now it's January and I didn't do that, but I'm like working on it. It's gonna be a late Christmas present. And then I did this. I didn't realize how big it was gonna be, but I was like, it's all gonna come together in the end. And then I folded it and sewed it literally today, and it's huge. It's way too big to be a pillow for him. Cause I mean, like, look, it can kind of be like a backrest type of pillow. You know what I mean? The problem is I made the cup of sauce first, and this is like normal size throw pillow. The crab rangoon was supposed to be about this size. Maybe a little bit bigger would be fine. This doesn't look like it goes together. It doesn't look like a set. So what I've decided is, I thought about just like undoing this and making another one, but what I've decided officially is that I am going to make another crab rangoon, but smaller, for my friend, so he can have a normal size pillow instead of the giant one. And I'm going to take the giant one to markets and I'm going to sell it. But personally, I don't think somebody's gonna buy this like immediately right off the bat because it's so big and so expensive, but it will be coming with me to the markets, waiting for somebody who will appreciate it. I think it's so fun. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to price this at like $175. That feels like a good price to me. The yarn itself was so expensive. And then plus the time, you know, and it's, look at how big it is. Do you see my head? It's like kind of heavy. Like, you know that SpongeBob episode where he's like weightlifting with the stuffed animals? I get it. Like, this is hard. I think it'll be a nice big eye-catching piece. I will honestly be a little bit disappointed if it sells quickly. Like, I kind of want it to like be there for a while. Maybe I'll just make another one when it sells. I almost forgot to mention, but one of the very first things that I made this year was this little thing that goes on top of your headphones, so it looks like a little sprout. I think it's so cute. It's been here since I made it and I love it. I also made this little leaf sprout bookmark. I will link the pattern for this and the headphone thing. This is what it actually looks like on top of a book. It's like a little sprout in the book. It's so cute. I might be exposing my weird little hyperfixation with this book, but if you're a Big Brother fan, I recommend this book, Behind the Mirror by Taryn Armstrong. Next we have this basket, this crochet basket. It's one of the first things that I did. I made it with the t-shirt yarn that I made the purse with. If you can tell, it has like no shape or form. It does not hold its shape at all. I didn't know what I was doing. I was learning. Now if I were to make this again, I would double strand it and I think it would hold up a lot better. But right now it's a little floppy, but I do keep things in here still. Now we're gonna go into some non-crochet related things that I made this year. And then we're gonna come back to crochet wearables because I don't wanna change until the very end of this video. So first off, we have my little air dry clay magnets. The first one that I made was this little goldfish cracker. I don't know if you can tell, but I love goldfish cracker things. I love food things, especially goldfish crackers. I think they're so cute and fun and easy to make. This is like, so I thought I was buying like normal air dry clay on Amazon. Turns out it was like the kids air dry clay foam stuff. So it's fine. I also made a Cheez-It. It's okay. It could be better, but it's still cute. And then I made this pretzel. It had more salt pieces on it originally, but the salt keeps falling off. Next we have polymer clay. First of all, we have this little heart-shaped magnet. Only made this so that I could test the glittery Mod Podge. That's what I use to seal these. I probably should look into something else, but that's what I did at first. Next we have my Animal Crossing keychain. It's like the little leaf thing, you know, whenever you find a little furniture piece or whatever. Animal Crossing people know. I love it. I think it's so cute. I'm so pleasantly surprised at how this is holding up on my keys, first of all, and also just like how round it is and its state. It's not wanting to focus, but okay, there we go. This is my keychain. I use the olive color green wristlet that I was talking about earlier that I ran out of. Next, we have this Christmas tree cake, Little Debbie Christmas tree cake. I love it so much. I don't know if you can tell, but I love food related things. I love little snack art. I did not blend the back. This was one of the first things that I made, so I was learning. I want to make them better and sell them next Christmas season. Okay, next is like one of my favorite things I've ever made ever in my life. I decided to make my family's dogs for Christmas for them as gifts out of clay. And I had never done anything like that before. I just like got clay and taught myself how to do it. I didn't even really look anything up. I just started like shaping it. And I discovered that I can make dogs out of clay like pretty good. So I'm just so thrilled. I'm so thrilled about it. So this is my dog Piper. I think I did pretty good. The only thing that I would change is I need to figure out how to make like long hair, fluffy ears type thing. Cause she's a long-haired dachshund. But once I learn how to do that, I'll be unstoppable. And I probably will be offering custom dogs. For anybody who's interested. So all my favorite dogs that I made, I don't have because they were gifts, but I just love them so much. I'll insert pictures, but I just think they're so cute. I made my brother and sister-in-law's dogs, Ryder and Riley, and then I made my grandparents' dogs, Roscoe and Zoe. I want to make a million more of these. So if you want a custom dog head and your dog has short hair, hit me up. So since I was on this dog making kick, I wanted to make my friend Will, his dog and cat, but he also does polymer clay. So I didn't want to do that. I wanted to give him a different medium. So I tried to felt his pets. So now I'm going to take you on my journey of learning felting. Months and months and months ago, I got this kit for fun before I ever had the gift idea to make these little animals. I got it from Amazon. It's not super good. The instructions weren't very good, but I did get it eventually, pretty much. I still think I'm terrible at blending. The eyes are a little bit scary, but I love his like nose and mouth area. It's so cute. But it's kind of giving Grumpy Cat in my opinion. But I did one of those, decided I love felting and I'm great at it. I just love stabbing things. It's like really satisfying. So I was like, this is going to be my new thing. I love it. So then whenever I went to the yarn convention that I was talking about earlier, I bought a felting craft kit from some small business there. I'll link the craft kit that I used down below. And you really should support them if you're interested in felting and you've never tried it, because those instructions were really good. And I do think that I did well on this one. I did this felt painting. Maybe I need to hide behind it so it focuses. It's like a beach and water and sky and little rocks and trees and whatever. I think that it's so cute. I think that I can do it when it's flat. That's my thing. I think I can do it when it's flat. Once I have to start shaping it, I think that's where I struggle. a little bit. So then I made my friend Will's dog, Simba. This is my Simba that I made. He's a little bit wonky, but he's cute. And he's got his little tongue sticking out. I'll add a picture of the real Simba next to him. But I think that I did pretty good on this one. He's a little like cartoony and cute, but not too, it's nothing like my clay dogs. I was thinking that I could do similar to the clay dogs just because it's like, it's just sculpting but with wool, and then it's just painting but with wool, but it's not the same and I'm not nearly as good at it. Then we got to the cat. And this is where I really, really, really struggled bad. I think that the cat that I ended up on is okay. This is a picture of the real Gunther. This is my Gunther. It's not really giving Gunther, I don't think, but it is giving cat. And I decided that that's good enough for me. He's kind of got a big butt. This was an accident. I know that I said that I loved giving things big butts when in my crochet, but I was not trying to give Gunther a big butt, but he's got one. Now let me show you all of my attempts that it took to get here, okay? Here's the real Gunther. Here is my first attempt. I don't know what this is. It's giving snow leopard, but like wonky and like mixed with Sid the Sloth. And then here's my second attempt. Looks more like a cat. Still not right at all. And then here's my final attempt. It's good enough for me. I think that my friend will like it regardless. I think it could have been horrible and he would like it because he likes fun little trinkets. So I actually feel okay about it. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be getting back into felting unless it's like a flat surface. I'm seeing a pattern with all of my crafting. I'm good at flat things, clothes, wearables, flat paintings with felt. I'm not good at sewing together body parts, forming body parts, unless it's out of clay for some reason. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me either. Very quickly, I want to mention my candles. I made a lot of candles this year. I'm still experimenting in candles, but they smell so good. All of them that I made smell so good. I'm so excited to sell them someday. They're like so good. But candles just require so much testing. I'm testing waxes, wicks, fragrance percentages. It's like a whole science that I had to learn and then start testing, and I'm still not done testing. It's also expensive to get all the stuff to test. So someday candles are coming to my shop and they're going to be amazing. I promise you. Some of the scents that I've come up with are my favorite candle scents that I've ever smelled in my whole entire life. And I know that that's saying a lot, but like, it's the truth. A lot of candle makers and like fragrance people and stuff will buy like a fragrance oil and then they'll make something out of that fragrance oil, which is great and awesome, and I love that, and I do that a little bit. But my favorite thing ever is combining scents and blending things and making new things out of the combinations. So that's what I've been doing. So you probably can't find any of my candle scents anywhere else. So I'm so excited to finally be able to sell them soon. Hopefully this year. Hopefully definitely by fall. That's my goal, is to have some fall candles. Next, I just have this one thing. I created this diamond painting design and then printed it and put it on a coaster thing, and I did the sticky thing and whatever, and then I used the extra diamond painting pieces that I had to make this because I really want to make diamond painting kits and sell them in my shop, because I don't want to just be like selling stuff that I make. I want to encourage other people to pick up a new hobby. So I think that diamond painting is something that I can like definitely make kits for, but I'm still figuring out how to source everything and make everything the best way that I can, and print it right. Like, I don't know if I should be going through some sort of manufacturer. I don't really know, but this is what I managed to do on my own. I'm kind of happy with it. It's a little bit flimsy, so I wouldn't actually want to use this as a coaster. I think I would need to get some sort of like plastic or wooden or metal piece in between there to keep it flat. Next, we've got my blind dates with books, blind date with a book. I spent like all summer finding books, sourcing them, wrapping them, and coming up with what I want to put inside of them. This has been such a big project that I'm so excited about. And I know that there's like a million other people in the world who are doing blind date with a book, but let me tell you, there's not a lot. I'm not going to say there's nobody doing it like me. There's not a lot of people doing it like me. My biggest thing with this is diversity. I feel like a lot of blind date with a books, I don't know how to say that plural. I feel like a lot of the time whenever you come across a blind date with a book, it's the same sort of like straight white romantasy or romance or whatever books. It's really important to me to find books that have queer representation, main characters, LGBT, including the T. I want trans people in books. I want Black main characters. I want different like faiths, like Muslim, like I want Asian main characters. I want just like every type of diversity that you can think of. I want that to be represented in the books that you get. I'm thinking that I'm going to separate them by genre and by LGBT so that if you're LGBT and you want an LGBT book, you get one. But then otherwise, if you buy a blind date with a book and you just get like standard romance, it's probably going to be straight romance, but the main character might be white, might be Black, might be Asian, might be Muslim, might be disabled, might be plus sized. You never know, you know? That's the type of thing that I want to cultivate in my blind date with a book, because I think more people need to read more diverse books. Everybody's fatigue with a lot of these genres would be fixed if you all started reading more diverse books. So if you agree and you want a diverse blind date with a book, then go to my shop. Hopefully I will have them up soon. I will have a little about card thing here. So you should be able to look at it and decide if you have read the book before or not, or if it's something that you're interested in. And if there's any sort of like significant diversity, I will write it in here. They're all gonna be filled like this, but there's different wrapping paper for different genres. So like this is romance, this one's fantasy. And because it's not in the quality that I would like it to be in, I do still sell it, but at a discount. And then this one is a sapphic romance, historical romance thing. The LGBT ones I'm gonna mark with a sticker. But they're gonna come with a bookmark. They're gonna come with a little review thing. It's not gonna be this shape. I don't really like this. It's gonna be more square, I think. Or it might be like this, but thicker. I don't know. Where you can like write a little review, pen, highlighter, stickers, tea bag, cookie, possibly more, possibly not. I don't remember. But I'm very, very excited for my blind date with a book. Speaking of, I made a lot of bookmarks this year. These are the only ones that I have left because I either have given away or sold a bunch of them, but they're glittery and I love them. And they are in my shop if you are interested. I've got magnetic bookmarks. This one I think is really cute. This one is cute. They are all glittery. I've also got lots of stickers that I made this year. Some of them are glittery, some of them are not. This is the sticker that I was banned from Etsy for. Whatever. Next are my tote bags that I designed this year. I'm very excited about them. This one says books, snacks, trinkets, and goodies because that is what I keep in my tote bag. This is also a crochet bag charm keychain thing, Lily of the Valley. I didn't show it before because it's on my tote bag. This one says read more books. My only concern with this one is I did make it with Canva elements. I didn't draw the cats. I'm thinking that maybe I might want to draw some things, have my mom draw some things, and have more actual like hand-drawn art, but like the design and stuff for all of this stuff was by me. This is maybe my favorite tote bag. It says read in peace, you know, like RIP, but read in peace. This I also made on Canva. This heart keychain, I love this keychain so much. I think it's so, so cute. This was my first attempt. You probably can't tell the difference, but the tote bag is way cheaper and thinner and not as good. And this was done with vinyl that I cut out on Cricut. It's puff vinyl, which I love. I'm very, very picky about Cricut. I think that a lot of stuff that people make on Cricut looks like tacky and cheap and bad, but I think that puff vinyl looks good. Like, I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if that's a thing, but that's how I feel about it. I think when it's done right, it looks good and professional, and high quality and whatever. But I think that a lot of the like flat vinyl just iron on, and when it's still shiny especially, it looks so bad. If you have a Cricut, imagine weeding this. It was such a nightmare. I'm never doing this again. But the other ones I bought iron on, what are they called? It's been a bit. Same thing with this. This was made with a Cricut. I think it looks horrible. This was my first attempt at my book, snacks, trinkets, and goodies. I think it looks bad. This one is my market bag. I think it's very cute. I'm also considering like personalizing it and putting like the market that I'm at with these or something. I think that would be fun. This one, I can't tell if I like it or not. I made this design a long time ago because I like the phrase, I still read fairy tales, now they're just spicier. I like that. I don't know how I feel about the design. And maybe it's a good design, but it's just not my style. Maybe it's a bad design. I can't tell. I have trouble with that. I have trouble like making things that other people like that aren't my style, you know? So I can't tell how I feel about this. Let me know what you think, or if you have any ideas on how I can make it better. But be nice to me. I'm very sensitive. I will just delete comments and block you, because I don't want to cry. I don't want to look at my own phone that I pay for and cry because of what's on it. This is based off of maybe my favorite sticker that I've ever made. It says, born to dilly dally, forced to live in this existential horror, and it has a goose on it. The problem with the tote bag is that it's like too similar of a color to the goose and everything else that's going on here, so it's really hard to see the design. So I'm thinking I need to put like a white background in the square or something, or like maybe just not even do this, but I love the idea of this on a tote bag. I made myself a business one, Cozy Corner Crafts, just for me. And then this one says shop local. I love this. I like this little trendy flower design thing. Okay, next we're getting into some clothes, so I might have to bring it down a little lower. Next, I have maybe one of my favorite designs that I made this year. I'm only going to show you a couple of them, and I will explain why in a little bit. But this is my world tour series. I would like to be able to sell a lot of these, just because I'm so proud of them. I think they're such good designs, but some of them I want to try to get licensed for. But anyway, this one I don't know if I'm going to sell. I mostly made it for myself. World Hobby Tour, and then it's got a bunch of little different hobbies on it. This is like a giant list of some popular hobbies. Collecting hobbies to stay sane, because that's just how I feel. But I don't know how many people would be interested in something like this. I don't know how many people relate to this. I don't know how good this would sell if I tried to sell it. Let me know what you think. If enough people are interested, I'll sell it. Next, this will kind of give you sort of an idea of what the ones I'm not showing you are like. Romance World Tour, reading romance to stay sane, and then I just listed a bunch of romance books. I won't be selling this because I don't think I can just get away with listing a bunch of real books. But I didn't want to do the thing of like just listing tropes. I think that that's like overdone, and a bunch of people do that. So I want to find something else. I have some ideas brewing. I just need to mess around with it. But I'm going to try to rework it and make it sellable. Same with this one. This one is Romantasy. I love this little design with the like dragon and the bat wings and the book. Like, I love that. I think it really encapsulates the Romantasy genre. And then same thing here. I just listed a bunch of different Romantasy books on the back. Reading Romantasy to stay sane. Again, I don't think I can get away with that, but I have some ideas brewing on some other ways to make this shirt design and what to put on the back. The ones that I'm not going to show you are specific to certain series. So I have a Throne of Glass one, an ACOTAR one, and a Fourth Wing one that are all world tour shirts, but there are way too many words on it to ever be able to sell them. I personally wear them all the time though, and I'm going to try to get them licensed. I'm manifesting. I would like to be able to sell them legally. And I just think that they're so cute and fun, and hopefully, like, I've never done that though. I've never tried to get licensed with an author. I don't know if it's hard. I don't know if they accept a lot of people. That's the problem, is like maybe they just have so many people already, they might not accept me. But I really hope that I can get my stuff licensed. So That's something I'm manifesting because I just really want to show you so bad. And I guess if I get my answer and they don't license me, I'll just show you what I made for me someday. But I would like you to be able to have them if you're interested, because I think they're so good. They're like my favorite things that I made, truly. Like, these don't even come close. I also made my company shirt. This is the front. And then this is the back. And it has my QR code so that you can find my shop and social media and all of that stuff. Also, all of these shirts that I made are comfort colors, and I would love for them all to be comfort colors. Unless I find something else that's cheaper, that's just as good, it's comfort colors for now. This one I just made for myself with just a cheap Gildan t-shirt. I did it with a Cricut and puff vinyl. It looks way better with puff vinyl, like I said, compared to a normal vinyl. But this is the front. It's just like a little easel thing. And then the back says, do more arts and crafts. And you can tell it's like puff vinyl. I love it. I use this as my craft shirt. It's not super messy yet, but it's going to keep getting messier and messier every time I wear it. I wear it when I paint, when I do clay, that type of stuff. And finally, we have made it to the crochet wearables section. Here is the infamous star dress. This is my most popular thing that I have made and posted on the internet. This is not usually the outfit style that I would be wearing with this. Usually it would be a lot more cute, feminine, girly, and I usually would not have leggings on under this. If you see my previous video or my TikTok or reel or YouTube short or whatever that I posted, you may be waiting for a pattern for this. The pattern that I told you like almost a year ago that I was working on, and you know what, that is the truth. I am working on it, and I do have proof that I'm working on it. It's a multiple page long pattern. The issue is that in order to make this star dress work for everybody, I have to make a lot of alterations, and then I have to test those alterations. And ideally, I would get testers to actually put it to the test and make it on themselves and test it in a wide different variety of sizes. But I don't even know fully how to do that. I've never done anything like that. For me, it was star panel put together sleeves, but I think that the issue might come from some smaller sizes. I don't know that it would fit them right, because I think if you want it to go long enough to cover your butt, you would also have to go wide. So it might be too wide for smaller people. So I'm working on solutions to that. I'm pretty sure I have them all figured out. I just have to test them, and that takes a while. Another issue is that the sides aren't the same length as the front and the back. I started working on one of the sides. I don't think it was this one. I think it was this one. Yeah, I started extending this side to try to make it even, and then I have to figure out how to write that out. So it's like a whole long process. I'm starting to think I should have never ever posted a video about it until I had a pattern written, because I still to this day get comments like constantly asking for a pattern, and I don't have one yet, but I'm working on it. But it's like, I've been saying that for a year, so you probably don't believe me, but I promise you it's the truth. So I'm gonna stop promising that it's coming soon, and I will just keep working on it, and then when it does come out, it'll be a pleasant surprise to you. How about that? I'm not gonna give up on it, because I do love it, and I want a pattern to be out there, and I want a tutorial out there, because I still haven't seen anybody make it other than me. I would love to see other people make this, because I love it, and every single time I wear it, I get compliments. It's just so cute. It's so cute. Here's some of the proof that I've been working on a tutorial and pattern for it. So this is the one that I've been making for the pattern. This is one half of it. And then this is the other half that I stopped because I have to refilm the actual talking part of the tutorial video. This is shorter than the one that I'm wearing because I'm going to do all of the testing for extending the length without the width. So yeah, that's my star dress. It's like one of my favorite things that I've ever made ever. This is my spiderweb top that I made. I do have a pattern for this. I'll link it in the description, but I just love it so much. I wore it like all October, literally. It's such a good Halloween shirt. It's such a good fall shirt. So festive. It's also just like cool. You could wear it literally any time of the year and it's cool. You can wear it in any weather, because like right now I'm wearing it over a tank top. It's so light and so breezy. You could wear it in the summer like this. You could wear it in the winter with like a turtleneck underneath. You could do so many different things and layer it any way that you want. You can make it in any color. Obviously, I love the white. It actually looks like a spider web. You can make it in red. You can make it in black. That's just so cool. And every single time that I wear this out in public, I get compliments. Truly, it's so easy. Like, it looks so complicated, but it's so easy. It's just chains and double crochet. That's literally it. And it works up so fast because it's mostly empty space. So I highly recommend making this one. And lastly, my ultimate favorite thing that I have made this year that I do not have in person because it is with my friend Sydney in Florida. It is the Harry Styles cardigan. And listen, I know that I'm like 5 years late on this, but I didn't know how to crochet in 2020, first of all. Second of all, my friend Sydney wanted it this year. So that's when I made it. You've probably seen a million different takes of this sweater, but I wanted to make it as true to the original as possible as I could with crochet, because I'm pretty sure the original is knit. And I also wanted to make sure that mine was like flowy and not heavy and like draped correctly. So I worked really hard to make sure that that happened. I added a bunch of details. That's why it took me like 6 months. I also took a lot of breaks because it was breaking my brain. I had to learn a lot of new stitches because every single different color has a different stitch. I also had to learn how to sew together a patchwork cardigan because I've never done that before. And so that was a lot. Making the collar was a lot. I redid it like 4 times. But yeah, I could not be happier with the way that it ended up. And it's so sad that I had to send it away. But it is being loved even harder than I could possibly love it right now. And I did wear it like twice before I sent it to my friend. And both times that I wore it, I got so many compliments. I got recognized at the farmer's market whenever I wore it, twice there. People are hanging their heads out of cars to compliment it. Like, it's crazy. My friend will text me every single time she gets a compliment on it, and it's a lot. So it makes me so happy. So yeah, that's the Harry Styles cardigan. Now I really want to make one for myself, but I think I'll do it in different colors and stuff. I just want to make a patchwork cardigan that's like, you look at it and you're like, oh my God, that's like crazy. It's like eye-catching, a statement piece. Like, maybe it looks complicated, but it's not actually. Like, I love pieces like that. Like, I love a big statement piece. So I want to make something like that for myself. That's going to be something that I'm going to work on in the new year. Hopefully I can get it done by fall. So like, I work on it through the spring and summer, and then I'm ready for fall. It's literally January and it's freezing outside, but I'm already planning for next cold season. I think that that's everything that I have to show you, but there are more things that I made that I don't have. So anything that I haven't already included pictures of and videos of, I will insert. 2025 was an amazing crafting year. I'm so excited to keep crafting into 2026. I hope you all enjoyed my ramblings and all of my random stuff that I made this year. I can't wait to make more stuff, and I will totally be making another video like this next year. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. Please like and subscribe. It helps so much, more than you can even understand. Check out my shop. I have lots of sales going on all the time, constantly. You can also check out my website to see any upcoming markets I'll be at. You come see me in person and buy from me in person. Right now, as I'm currently filming this, I have nothing there, but I will be applying soon and I'll know things soon. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Stay tuned for all of my future shenanigans. I have to go to bed. It's 4 a.m. It took me way too long to film that outro. So I'm gonna go to sleep. Love you. Bye.